Hey, what's up? How you doing? It's TJX Putin back with another video. I have been really extremely pissed off over the last few days over this whole stupid ass Assassin's Creed Shadows hatred. Like, it's actually so asinine. And these just chronically online losers, you're losers that are outraged at a fictional game franchise's decision, which you can make the critique that it's safe. But so what? The shit was dope. That trailer was cool as hell. But, oh my gosh, bro. People are so stupid. Like, the takes that I've heard online are so asinine, and they make fun of the rollout of the game. Which, mind you, you fake fucking retard fans that know nothing. Since 2007, since Assassin's Creed 1, it has been the exact same rollout for the game. CGI trailer. A few weeks later at E3 or Ubisoft Forward, gameplay trailer. There's usually always pre-orders before the gameplay reveal, which, if you want to be mad at that, okay, whatever, that's a valid criticism. But getting upset at the fact that they took something that makes perfect sense for an Assassin's Creed story to shit on it because they know nothing about Assassin's Creed and it's just trendy to hate on Ubisoft is ridiculous. So I'm gonna react to let me find my mouse. Here it is. React to a video from someone named Just Some Guy, because I was watching it earlier.
Oh,
and it Ubisoft
is making an Assassin's Creed game set in Japan. Obviously, there's going to be a female ninja. And, oh, what's this? A black samurai. Of course.
What do you mean, of course?
Because when you think samurai and ninja...
Who cares if it's a female shinobi? Like, why does that matter? Why does that matter? And I've also heard a lot of people just choosing to ignore the fact that there's a woman or a Japanese born and bred female as a playable character. They just ignore that and just say, why did they make Yasuke the main character? Why did they make Yasuke the main character? That makes perfect sense for an Assassin's Creed story. He's not from Japan. It's a very interesting story of him throughout his life. Whether he was a sword bearer, whether he was an actual warrior, whether he was a bodyguard, or just Nobunaga's friend, who fucking cares? It's a video game. Just don't play it.
Ubisoft released a trailer for the upcoming game Assassin's Creed Shadows, and it did not go well. For some reason,
which makes no sense.
Ubisoft got the bright idea to make one of the main characters in the game set in feudal Japan a black dude. Now, to give Ubisoft credit, they didn't just cram a random black dude into the time period. Instead, they used an actual historical figure, Yasuke. We know very little about it.
Sense.
We know that he came to Japan in 1579 with an Italian Jesuit named Alessandro Villano as part of an inspection tour. At some point, Daimyo Oda Nobunaga heard about this dark-skinned man and wanted to see him. After having the man's skin scrubbed to prove his dark skin wasn't paint, Nobunaga took a liking to him, renamed him Yasuke, and brought Yasuke into his service as a kosho, a mix of a bodyguard and squire. Yasuke would have been a sword bearer and a gopher.
So we got our first look at the new Assassin's Creed game, and I gotta say, man,
I don't like Tyro Magnus. I feel like this dude's content is like actually kind of pathetic. But this dude right here, this dude says some stuff that pissed me off. So I found this video. I've watched it like 3 times already, and I'm just gonna get my thoughts on it.
I'm not impressed. I'm actually just really annoyed right now.
You're not impressed by the best art in action that you've ever seen.
Male, just like Odyssey. I'm using Naoe. I hope I said that right. A female Japanese character. And for the male character, they're gonna be using Yasuke.
And it's not two characters like Odyssey.
Because they're using Yasuke.
You play as both of them.
And I'm gonna tell you why. Yasuke is what they want to say is the first black Japanese samurai, when in all actuality, he was not even a samurai.
That's what I keep hearing.
He was a retainer.
Who cares?
So he wasn't even a full-blown samurai. And for all of the characters they could have used for Japan, all these kind of different people they could have picked from,
he's not going to name one.
Yasuke. Why do they pick Yasuke?
You know why.
Because he's black.
Oh my gosh. I hate personally, I hate the identity politics. I absolutely despise the social agendas that are getting pushed. But this is not that. This game is not that. Yasuke makes perfect sense within the context of an Assassin's Creed game. He's an outsider, just like Edward Kenway was. Almost every assassin, except for Altair and Ezio, has been an outsider. Connor was an outsider that became an assassin. Edward was most definitely an outsider that became an assassin. Bayek is the, like, damn near the founder of the Creed. Bayek and Aya. It just doesn't make any sense. Yasuke isn't even an assassin. It's just cool.
So in context,
Who
that
cares?
doesn't matter to me. Because in all the Assassin's Creed games, every single character has been of some kind of different race and nationality. So that doesn't matter to me. That's fine. But you have to understand what day and age we're in. You have to understand the kind of social shit that they want to try to get across in these video games now. So instead of using a Japanese man in a game based in Japan, like they did with the other,
there's a
Assassin's Creed
Japanese
games,
woman.
Altair, he was an Arab.
Do you
obviously.
hate women?
One of my favorites, Connor, in Assassin's Creed 3, he was Native American. That was fine. And
Connor's my favorite character in the franchise. But the thing is, though, is that it's so irrelevant because in the trailer, not only is there's zero agendas getting pushed in the trailer. Naoe gets her ass beat when the warriors come to attack her homeland, and she's stealth. So they already have gender roles, or not gender roles, but gender, let's just say, disadvantages at the forefront in the cinematic trailer. And then they said in the trailer breakdown from the developers that Naoe is weaker. She can't take on 17 enemies at one time. She uses the shadows. She uses her speed and agility. She uses her quickness. She uses her hidden blade. She's a stealth character. That makes sense. Yasuke is this big ass monstrosity that can just handle people. Naoe is a petite Japanese woman. That sounds like a really dope duality to me. And the
most famous of them all, Ezio Auditore, who was Italian.
Oh my gosh.
So why in all those games would you have a character representative of the region they're from? But in this game, you want to demote a Japanese man and then use Yasuke. I understand why. We know
Naoe is the... Oh my gosh.
Some kind of ist or phobe or whatever. And since I'm black and I'm calling it out, that means that I must hate my skin or something.
There's nothing to call out.
I just see this and my immediate thought is... They did this for brownie points. I can't think of any other reason why you would have.
They didn't do it for fucking brownie points, you loser! Go outside! Damn! It just makes sense. It's safe. Yes, it's safe. But it makes perfect sense. You have an outsider that is not native to this land, that is exploring Japan, that's becoming a native, it's becoming his homeland. That makes perfect sense if they want to inject the Isu DNA, like where he could have come from. It sounds logical to make a good game that will sell. I don't see this as forced identity politics. Why does okay. I would more so sympathize with this take if it was solely Yasuke as the main character. I wouldn't agree with it, but it would make more sense because, oh wow, look, the only Japanese Assassin's Creed game, finally, and we're not playing as a Japanese person. We're playing as Yasuke. I could understand the outrage more. There is a Japanese badass woman who is a fast, agile assassin where you can stab people in the neck and just live out that fantasy. And then Yasuke, who you can switch to at any point, according to the developers, is a warrior, more so akin to like the original AC games. What's the problem? What's the problem? You still gotta find something to complain about.
Based in Japan, which we've been clamoring for since the beginning of Assassin's Creed, and then have the main protagonist that is a male be black. I see that and I'm like, there's no other reason than I want claps for it. There's no other reason. And I'm an Assassin's Creed fan. I've played every game. I love every game. And one of my favorite characters is actually Cassandra.
Cassandra sucks.
So nobody can sit here and say, I don't like women or I don't like diverse people or whatever, when one of my favorite characters is
that
diverse.
Doesn't mean anything. Hell, that point's irrelevant. That's whatever. There's absolutely nothing that screams to me, this is for a political agenda. Isu origin, giant, strong black man samurai, one-man army. It makes sense that he's an Isu descendant. And he was a real person. Every form of media that's not a one-to-one retelling of history, there's always creative liberties taken. That's just how stories work. So regardless whether or not Yasuke was an actual warrior, they're making him one for the sake of the game, for the sake of inserting him into the plot of Assassin's Creed, because it would make perfect sense. This giant savage has Isu in him. He probably has eagle vision. It makes sense, bro. It's not let's make him black for the hell of it. It makes sense to me. And as someone that has actually played all the Assassin's Creed games, that has grown up on Assassin's Creed, this is my franchise. Like, for gaming, I adore Assassin's Creed. It's just my favorite. The gameplay loop, it gets me. I don't care that it's a checklist. It's so much fun to me personally. Not everybody has to love that, but the narrative, the narrative reasoning for why he's one of the main characters is not cultural appropriation. It's not brownie points. It's not a political agenda. It's cool. There's a Japanese woman that you can play as, and it makes almost more sense for a woman to be an assassin or a spy anyways, because she's not winning a 1v12 against grown-ass men, and that's what the developers said. So what are you...
Honor Kenway and Hate Them Kenway. Those are some of my favorite characters from Assassin's Creed. So before the idiots want to start, that's not the reason. The reason is I see straight through this bullshit, and I know exactly why they picked this character. It's annoying. That's like if Ghost of Tsushima, instead of using Jin, they use a white dude. People would be like, that doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense.
But that wouldn't make any sense because, to my knowledge, there's no history of a white man being a warrior or being relevant in politics in Japanese history. I could be wrong, but that would fundamentally not make sense. If Yasuke was the main character of Ghost of Tsushima and he was this liberator of Japan, so what? He was a real character and they took creative liberties and made a fun video game. People get so entrenched into these worlds, in these fictitious things that don't essentially mean anything. And they're so unimpressive in their lives, and they have such a small amount of things going on, that it's like they live vicariously through fictional characters and through fictional things. And when something that upsets them happens in this fictitious world that they are valuing extremely highly, then they get on the internet and they make these videos about things that don't objectively matter. And yes, am I technically doing the same thing, just on the other side of the spectrum? Yeah, but I genuinely feel bad for these developers. Now, the corporate bigwigs that make all the huge decisions, whatever. Like, we all know that corporate BS and CEOs, it's the little guys always get shit on. But that's just the way of the world, unfortunately. But the people that actually putting the time for years, so many countless hours. The art team, the animation team, the side quest people, the writers. What was really sad is that the lead writer for this game, she's kind of a heavy-set white woman, but she like deactivated her social medias because she's getting like death threats and slandered. And you loser niggas haven't even played the game yet. This shit could be dope. But losers like this dude, and losers like all the white dudes that have been making all these videos about getting pissed that it's an Assassin's Creed with a black dude in Japan. It's pathetic. It's so pathetic. You're gonna like, how is that constructive? This woman is in a position to make narrative decisions for a humongous franchise, right? Like, yeah, let's send her death threats so that she won't do woke shit anymore. If I was her, if I had pronouns in my Twitter bio and I was a lead writer for a video game, I'd be like, F all of y'all. You're gonna send me death threats over a game you haven't even played? You have no fucking idea what I was cooking up on the script. And I'm sure she's like super leftist, LGBT, whatever. You think she's not gonna be out of spite and put hella liberal stuff in the next game, or the next opportunity she gets to write a script or to write a narrative for a video game or for any form of media? No, she's gonna be like, wow, this is how these pathetic people react. Let me double and triple down on my beliefs, because these people are disgusting. It doesn't help anything.
I see straight through it. It's annoying. It's pandering. It doesn't do anything for me
not
but
pandering.
piss me off.
It is. It is. And if you're black and you say something about it, all of a sudden you don't like your color.
This dude obviously not a gamer. He doesn't know shit. Whatever. Yeah. The outrage is ridiculous. It's really sad. It's very disheartening to the devs that have really worked super, super hard. Let's go to the trailer real quick. Let's fast forward.
In the name of unification.
Oh, would you look at that? The main character, the woman. Let me go defend my homeland. Move. Oh, weave. Oh, shit. Okay, she's getting on business. Gets fucking smacked with a spear. Her village is burning down. She better run. She's not built like that.
In a well, who knows nothing of the sea. The ocean's filled.
Oh yeah, but they're just shoehorning in all these politics. They're not making her Superman. She's incapable. In the cinematic trailer, the woman isn't this strong, independent one-man army. She got her ass beat. She had to link up with the tank. Let's go to this. Where's another dope scene? What a big ass club. Big old Negro in samurai armor. This shit looks sick.
Who do you serve?
I cannot be more excited for this game. The pricing, that's something to get mad at. The pricing is ridiculous for the different editions and whatnot. That was sick! What are we talking about? What are we dead ass talking, bro? Play the game if you're gonna play the game. Don't play the game if you're not gonna play it, bro. This shit is not real. It's entertainment. It is solely entertainment. It does not matter. It doesn't. Damn, bro.